Hi, my name's Laurel Davis, and for my English 112 movie review, I'm going to be discussing The Village. The Village is a historical thriller set in the 1800s. According to IMDb.com, it stars Sigourney Weaver and William Hurt as village elders. The main characters are played by Joaquin Phoenix and Bryce Dallas Howard. It was directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who was, according to Stephen Hunter of The Washington Post, experiencing a high in his career prior to The Village. The Village received only a 44 Metascore on Metacritic, receiving mostly negative reviews from movie critics. Today, I'm going to discuss the film, what it did well, what it did poorly, and some possible reasons behind its critical failure. The movie takes place in the 1800s, in a village located deep within Covington Woods. Everything is peaceful there, except for the fact that the villagers live in a fragile truce, with monsters living deep within the woods. There are lots of precautions taken to avoid attracting the monsters, but the most important one is no going in the woods. In order for the truce to be kept, the humans must stay within their valley, and the monsters within their woods. Of course, this is exactly what Lucius Hunt does, wanting to retrieve medicine from the neighboring towns. Lucius is engaged to Ivy Walker, a blind girl who is also loved by Noah Percy, a man with a mental disability that is unspecified in the movie. Noah stabs Lucius out of jealousy, and his wounds become infected. It is up to Ivy to travel through the monster-infested Covington Woods in order to obtain the medication necessary to preserve the life of her fiancé. At the climax of the film, there is a major plot twist that turns the entire movie over on its head. These are a few things that Shyamalan did excellently when producing The Village. The lighting and camera angles are masterful. I think that they caused me more fright than the actual monsters themselves did. The soundtrack really lends to the time period, taking you back to the Puritan age. According to IMDb.com, the sound effects are so realistic that the removal of a single sound, the stabbing sound when Noah attacks Lucius, took the movie from an R rating down to its current rating, PG-13. The film promotes an interesting and true message that prompts the audience to think critically about the human race and provides a valuable takeaway after the credits roll. Here are some things that I think that The Village could have done better on. The characters oftentimes seem flat because they don't show their characteristics, but tell about them through the stories of other characters. The reveal of the monsters was heavily built up to, but once they were finally shown on screen, they seemed to me to be underwhelming. This is an image of one of the monsters from cinemablend.com. It is roughly the size of an average human being, and with its tusks and long snout, it somewhat resembles a bipedal warthog. I feel like they just needed to be, scarier. Shyamalan made Noah, the one character with a mental disability, the villain, most likely because he wouldn't have to entirely explain Noah's motives. While this is poor storytelling, it is also outright discriminatory towards people with mental disabilities. Now we'll take a look at some of the reasons why, in the eyes of movie critics, Shyamalan's The Village was a failure. In order to preserve the plot twist and surprise the viewers, Shyamalan was forced to advertise The Village as a horror film. However, the plot twist at the end takes the movie from one genre to another entirely. This most likely attracted the incorrect viewing audience. The movie ends with a lesson. This leaves the viewers, who were there for suspense and scares, thinking about the nature of humanity. This most likely left them feeling very disappointed. In addition, many of the critics had seen several Shyamalan films, who is notorious for big, crazy plot twists at the end of his movies. They were expecting a twist, and Shyamalan delivered. In the words of Stephen Hunter from the Washington Post, "He is riding a one-trick pony, and that poor pony is nearly dead." Overall, the takeaway that Shyamalan was trying to convey was that no matter how simple your life is, there is no escape from human depravity. The entire movie, in general, is unique, quirky, and most certainly not your average piece of media. I thoroughly enjoyed watching The Village and would suggest it for people unfamiliar with Shyamalan's work who are looking for a fresh, unconventional horror movie with a thought-provoking and exciting twist at the end. Thank you.